time, and I've always wanted to do a Ask Alphacat segment, just never got around to doing it, and I think now I'm going to do it on this channel, Alphacat, every Monday. I'm going to be answering your questions in a video. If you have questions about something, you want my opinion, you want my advice, please feel free to ask in the comments below, and I will answer them every Monday in a video. Now, I always get emails from people asking me this, asking me that. So what I did to kick this off is I actually picked an email that I received in my inbox, and I'm going to use this person's email since they're asking me a question to kick off this video series. Now, this person doesn't know that I'm doing this video series, so instead of telling everyone what his name is and giving away personal information, I'll share the story with no names mentioned, so that way this person's privacy can be kept, because I'm not sure if he would mind if I told who he is. But this is the email that I got. Oh, that's funny. I looked at it. I missed this the first time. The very first thing, it says, hey, don't put this in your video if you answer it. I'm just kind of seeking out some personal help. Okay, so again, I'm not going to mention the person's name, I'm just going to mention the email. This person basically says to me, and I'm going to paraphrase, that just like Lisa and I, they met someone online on YouTube, and they met once, they really liked each other. Now they've gone back to their respective states, and they really want to know how to do this long distance thing. Now, as a lot of you guys know, I'm dating a YouTuber, Lisa LaVie, and we've been together for over 2 years, and we actually met on YouTube. And so we have a lot of experience dealing with long distance, so I can give some advice in that area. We did long distance for 9 months, which is a hell of a long time to do long distance. Long distance is already hard. And honestly, in most conditions, in most situations, I would say don't do long distance. But if you really, really like someone that much, I say, I definitely say go for it, because look, we made it work. The key to making long distance work, and what worked for us, is that we were constantly on Skype, AIM, iChat, anything where we could be on the internet and literally see each other. We would do that, we did that literally every single day, to the point that we actually would just leave the camera on for days at a time. Even if we were sleeping, if we weren't home, like if I wasn't home, sometimes I would leave the camera on. If she wasn't home, she'd leave the camera on, and I could just, see her place. And it might sound silly, but when you're doing long distance, you want to have as much contact as humanly possible from a distance. So if it means just leaving the camera on so I can see your place and feel somewhat connected to you, and somewhat as much as possible, so that you almost feel like you're there. You have to keep in touch, because the moment you start losing touch and stop talking, that's when distance set in, and sometimes that's when the whole out of sight, out of mind thing kicks in, and that's not good. Oh, the other thing, something else that we did that made it work. Even though we were doing long distance, we made sure, and this is a little bit harder to do, but I was actually able to see her at least once a month. So every month I was either traveling to see her, or she was coming to see me. And even if it meant sometimes when she was in Canada visiting family and I was in New York, if I didn't have money for a flight, I would take a train. Because the train is very inexpensive and it's a lot longer, but it gets you there. So I jump on that Amtrak, and so if you gotta jump on an Amtrak, a train, a Greyhound bus, we've both had to do that for each other to make sure we're at least seeing each other once a month. You gotta, if you really like the person, you really die hard for them, then you won't have a problem doing things like that to make it work. So that's how that goes. As some of you know, it's YouTube's 5-year anniversary. Lisa and I were both actually featured in their 5-year anniversary video documentary type series thing, which is now on the home page. It's a quick 1 minute and 30-second video of me talking about my history on YouTube.